The rain has come. This is what we've been waiting for. After all that dust bowl, I think we've had around about 20 mil of rain this afternoon, so a real good soaking. I'm in pretty good shape. I've got 50 more acres of wheat to put in, and about 55 acres of beans. So nothing too dramatic. A couple of days drilling or so, and I'll be finished. So I'm well up on the work. So this is very, very welcome. This is very welcome to be stopped for this. So this afternoon, just been doing a few little jobs to the drill. I had these tines to change, these following tines. I'd bought them, and I knew that if it was going to be wet, then I'd have to change them, because I'll show you the difference. Now, let me get you away. Right. There you go. See the difference in length on these. These are almost half the length of the ones I've just taken off. And what was happening, because in the wet, you'll get it ball up here, the mud between the frame and here. Well, not wet, but in the damp, you'll get the mud start driving there. So I put these new tines on there. They weren't too bad. I mean, price wise, they weren't too bad. About £8 each, and they're originals on there, so they've done a bit of work, these ones. So yeah, not too bad, and not a bad little job to change. Other thing that I want to do, which I'm going to tackle in a minute, is this radar. I'm sick of this radar being on the back. So I'm hoping that I can take the signal off the ISO socket in the cab if that wants to play ball, if the software's actually talking to it. So I can just do away with this this radar hanging out the back all the time. It's just one less thing to get hit. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to see if I can find. I'm just going to put the signal pin on there and see where the radar works. Right, so I've taken the feed from a radar and put it into this socket. I put it into the pin now. This is quite curious, because when I started drilling with it, I had to do a software upgrade, because this socket wasn't working. This socket wouldn't give me a signal for anything. So I had to get the dealer out, unfortunately, to give me a software upgrade. But anyway, I got it working. But all the pins are like a jumble sale ever since. So don't ask me why. Don't ask me how software works. But none of these pins are correct. So I put it on pin 1. And it wouldn't work. Kept swapping it round until I found a relevant pin, and then all of a sudden it will now, if I start going backwards, you should see this start to alter. Gives me the reading of the speed from the ground speed on the track, from the radar on the tractor. I've actually just stopped. There you go. Up it goes again. So it's giving me the reading from the radar on the tractor. So although it's not on the right pin, it works. I can do away with all that horrible radar arrangement on the back now. Why I didn't do it years ago, I don't know. It didn't take me long to figure out, sort out. So I'm going to solder that in properly tomorrow. I'm going to tidy up this wiring. I'm going to go home now. I've had enough. It's a wet day, so I might as well go home. I'm going to tidy this up. I'm not going to be rushing off in the mornings to do anything. Just tidy this bit of wiring up, solder that in there, and I've got the radar working, or the radars working on the tractor radar. So that was a good little job really this afternoon. Nice and simple. This is what I like, simplicity, rather than the difficult jobs that I very often have. So yeah, all good, and we're ready to go drilling again.